From the Empire State to the Golden Gates, this is Quad Radio, USA.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with all the dirt from the world of ATV motocross and GNCC racing, here's Mr. 10 Seconds, Rodney Tomlin.
Today we turn our attention to some amateur ATV motocross racers, and the one rider we're going to be talking to is one of the top intermediate level riders, or B-class riders in AMA ATV National Motocross, Mr. Reis Parvin. Reis, welcome to Quad Radio, man. How's things going?
It's going pretty good this weekend so far.
That's great, and of course, let's talk a little bit about who you are, and then we'll get into what's been going on. I know for folks that maybe follow the amateur scene, they may know who exactly you are. For those that don't follow the amateur scene, they might want to know who you are, because you're coming with a vengeance, it looks like, brother.
Yeah, I am. I'm no one special, just a kid that comes out of Akron, Ohio, and family doesn't got a lot of money. We're strapped for cash, and we're just trying to get along with what we can.
There you go. Now, tell me a little bit about how it all began. I mean, you live up in Akron, Ohio, and mom and dad, they do what?
My mom's a flight attendant for American Airlines, and my dad's a mechanic.
Sweet. For American Airlines, or just a regular mechanic?
Just a regular mechanic.
That's fine, man. I tell you, I couldn't do that. But hey, can your mom get me some cheaper seats on the airline by any chance?
She might be able to.
Hey, we might have to hook up and talk a little bit about that. But so that's pretty cool, man. I mean, you got a hardworking family, it seems like, and they're obviously stand behind you in your efforts to race ATV motocross.
Oh yeah, definitely. They've sacrificed a lot. My dad used to be, well, he probably still is a great drag racer, and he had to sell the rear end off his drag racing car to help me race.
You're kidding me. So he's putting what he does and loves on the back burner just to help make your dreams come true, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. And my mom's helping me out a lot too. She's working more hours, and then my grandparents throwing some money. They're helping us out a lot.
Wow. How old are you, Reis?
I'm 17.
17 years old. So I assume you're still in school?
Oh yeah.
And what grade you in?
I'm a sophomore.
A sophomore, man. You got a couple more years to go. And how's the folks back at school feel about what you do out here on the weekends?
My fellow students and all my friends think it's awesome. The teachers aren't too happy that I missed so much school.
But are they willing to work with you a little bit, though?
Yeah, some of them. And then the other ones will just get kind of mad.
Well, I tell you what, whenever you take home a national championship and say, hey, check this out, this was worth it for me to miss those extra days of school, maybe they'll understand a little bit more. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about where you come from exactly, how you got into ATV motocross racing. When did you first start riding?
I first started riding when I was young. I couldn't say exactly, probably around 5 years old. I had a little Suzuki three-wheeler, and I rode that around the house, and then I hopped on an LT80, and then actually I raced that at Summit Indoors just once, and my number was number 3, and I got third, so that worked out. And then all through my, not even racing, I didn't race till 4 years ago, so.
Wow, so you just basically kind of fresh and new to the whole thing. What did you start out in?
I started out in 90 CVT.
And how was your youth amateur career?
It was okay, actually. I finished it not too bad, 5th or 6th for that first year. And then after that, I bought Jesse Skavarik's 90 CVT, the Kimco. And I did okay with that, but I only raced a half year. It kept breaking. I was too big for it. And then I moved up to 300 and 400s.
So things have really blossomed for you since you've done that, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Tell us a little bit about that.
The 300 and 400s were okay for me. First year on the 300s, I think I got 12th for the end of the year, and then the next year on the 300 I got 6th, I'm pretty sure, and then I got 3rd for 400s.
Wow, so let's flash forward to this year, 2012. What's going on with you?
I'm racing 3 classes, College Boy, Production B, and Open B. Not having such a great year in College Boy or Production, been having failures with the bike and just personal problems, but Open B, I'm first in points right now.
Wow, that's pretty exciting stuff there, and I know that you got to be pretty stoked about the way things have gone, because if I'm not mistaken, didn't you move up from the C class from last year?
Yeah, I won a 450C championship last year, and decided at the end of last year I'll move up at Redbud and Loretta Lynn's, and at Red Bud I podiumed Production B and 450B.
Were you pretty surprised with being able to do that your first time out?
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of people were surprised. I think that's why I got some of my sponsors.
Oh, that's great, man. That being said, what kind of incentives did that give you for not only the Red Bud round, but as we wrapped up the season heading into 2012?
I actually, when I hopped into that, my parents and everyone told me, it'd be great for top 5, top 3 even. And I went out and I actually pulled the lead and pulled a couple second lead on them. And that just basically told myself I can do this and I can beat these older guys that have way more experience than me.
So how impressed were your family with the way that things worked out for you?
They were very impressed and surprised. It just showed that my hard work working out every week is paying off.
And I'm sure that they had to be pretty proud of you on several different levels, obviously, because you're their son or their brother or sister or nephew or whatever the case may be. So I know that probably meant a lot to you to be able to please them, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And they were way surprised that I was beating these guys that are in their 20s. And I've always been known as the little guy since one of my races, I think it was at Steel City, and you were announcing, you go, the little guy, Reis Parvin, gets top 30 in the 300 class. Ever since then, I've been known as the little guy.
Well, that's not a bad thing, I don't guess, then.
No, not at all.
And I'll tell you, man, little guy taking it to the racetrack, that's pretty cool. So what are the plans for you? I know you got the 450B classes that are going to try to win championship in this year, but what's beyond that?
Next year, in the future, we're probably going to race A. I can't move up too fast because if I go into Pro-Am form done with high school, I can't play high school sports. I'll be considered a pro, so the school wouldn't let me play any sports.
I understand. Very good. So what kind of sports do you play in school?
I used to play football. Last year was my first year not playing, and I got into golf because I had to do something my grandparents pay for golf lessons and everything, and so I got into golf. I've been wrestling for 14 years, and that's basically it, just working out a lot, too.
Wow, that's a pretty big, diverse background you got there. Golfing, wrestling, ATV racing, and sounds like you got things into perspective, too. And, it's not a bad idea to wait around before you go Pro-Am anyway, because that obviously is some pretty big steps, and I'm sure that whenever the time is right, you're going to be ready to take them. And hopefully you'll be able to excel like you did from the C to the B class, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely. One of the people that I've been looking at a lot and just watching ride, he just looks so smooth and flawless, is I've been watching Cody Gibson a lot, and he's fast. And then luckily I've had good enough friends in the Pro-Am class to help me out. Tyler Hammer helped me out. I watch him a lot, and then Kyle Fix also.
Yeah, good bunch of crew of people, good crew of people to be watching and working with. And sounds like you got your thumb basically on the pulse of what's taking place here in ATV motocross, Reis. And like I said, you may be a virtual unknown for those that don't necessarily follow the amateur and youth ranks at this time, but your name and face, I think people are going to start recognizing here pretty soon, man. So good luck to you in that department, and hope the best for you this season and also in future endeavors as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'd like to thank a couple people that just helped me out this weekend, and it wouldn't be possible without them. My family, they've helped me out a lot. Just everyone in my Maxxis tires. Tires are hooking up great. Motocross vest, they're helping me out. I get free vests from them, and it's the safest thing I've ever wore. EVS, I get helmets great over there, and they're really comfortable. Tyler Hamrick helps me out a lot. He points out spots on the track that I need to improve on. Kyle Fix is just starting to help me out. I'm training with him. We got Tim Detling, the Minix, that's my mechanic, Butterball, Gabby, Sandy, everyone, and 6.5 Designs. This stuff's handling great. I love it. KSR, their exhausts are making plenty of power for me, and that's what's helped me get the whole shots. And Quinn Motorsports for dialing in my shocks.
I'll tell you, man, sounds like you got a great program, man. Thanks again, and good luck to you, all right?
Yep, thank you.
That's Reis Parvin. I'm Rodney Tomlin. This is Quad Radio.